last week on television with LeBron making his decision on national TV in an hour-long special, I thought was one of the more compelling things we've seen in sports in a long time. It's shown us how important sports are in America. LeBron's program has been the third highest rated cable TV show all year, behind the Pro Bowl, which I really don't buy, and an episode of iCarly. LeBron James clearly captivated America that night in an otherwise slow time of year for sports. I thought it was a brilliant move and a genius move by LeBron James to do that hour-long TV special, and I got caught up in it and loved every moment of it.
I can't disagree with Bob in terms of the compelling aspect. It's one of those events you hate yourself for watching. You're sitting there saying, this is all I have to do with my life, but I was glued to the television. I thought it was brilliant by ESPN in terms of dragging the whole thing out, because time spent watching equals ratings galore. But it was a stupid, stupid move for LeBron James. That one single event has transformed LeBron James into a WWE villain. And we talked about this on the show. More dislike for Tiger or LeBron? I think right now the dislike factor heavily weighs towards LeBron James, only for exercising free agency, but he showed arrogance. People in Cleveland are torching his jersey, Dan Gilbert getting involved. I like the event from an entertainment standpoint. Couldn't have been a more stupid thing to do if you're LeBron in terms of destroying your image. Day 2 of the British Open. And I guess play was suspended for like an hour, but I had to read up on it because I'm not watching. And it's a really sad thing for me as a sports fan, because I like to take up a lot of my weekends watching events that I can somewhat justify, and I don't care about Tiger anymore. Tiger Woods, in order to get me interested in golf, set such an unfair level in terms of his excellence. That was the only reason I watched. Wai Yang took that away. It wasn't the sex thing. I don't care that he slept with half of the West Coast. It's Tiger Woods and the invincibility factor that has been stripped away. I'm more interested in Aaron Andrews than St. Andrews.
When it comes to the British Open going on right now, and we're through 2 days of the British Open, I'm compelled to it because I think it's a must-win event for Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has been kind of set back a little bit by the knee injury and by the car accident that he suffered back in November. But right now, for me, watching the British Open, I am intrigued by the British Open because I want to see if Tiger still has it. That's what's keeping me glued to the set. St. Andrews is a place that Tiger has won twice on his professional tour in the British Open. I want to see if Tiger Woods can keep that success rate going and to see if Tiger Woods is really back. To me, it's a must-win situation on a course that Tiger knows so well, so that's what's keeping me glued to the TV to watch the British Open.
Must win, I think, is a little bit overboard, but I think it's time. It speaks to this question. When is it time to start giving it to Tiger? They have give me putts. When is it no longer a give me that Tiger Woods is going to take over Jack Nicklaus's record? When you look at the finishes after the Masters, where he tied for 4th, this guy has come up well short. I don't know if it's Hank Haney. I don't know if it's the lack of getting some nookie, but I'm starting to doubt this guy is the greatest ever, and well, I do mind it because I'm not watching, but Tiger Woods just isn't really headline news for me anymore.
And that's why I think it is a big deal this week, because a lot of people are talking about if he's going to break Jack's record now. And before, everybody talked about when Tiger was going to break Jack's record. He's in his mid-30s now. It's taken a long time for guys who have reached over their mid-30s to win majors. Jack won a couple of them in his mid-30s and early 40s. Arnold didn't win one after 34, and Tom Watson didn't win one till after 33. So watching Tiger Woods go out there, to me, is compelling TV because of the significance of this championship.
Agree to disagree. So the Major League Baseball All-Star Game just wrapped up, and the ratings, record lows. They're showing low numbers around Major League Baseball overall, as Fesco has alluded to many times on his show. And Joe Girardi's taking a lot of heat. Not necessarily for not playing Joakim Soria, the lone rep from your Kansas City Royals. He's taking heat for mismanagement. I think Joe Girardi was in a no-win situation, Bob. They're sitting there and forcing this guy. We have public pressure in order to play the one lone representative from every team, which is a stupid rule. I think we agree in itself. But then you have baseball pressure in order to support your league and getting that home field advantage. Girardi's taking heat for not playing A-Rod, for not pitching Soria, for leaving some guys on the bench, for mismanaging with Ortiz running the bases. Leave Joe Girardi alone. The man has a World Series ring in his first year as the Yankee manager. He's in a no-win situation.
See, I think Joe Girardi's in a win situation. In Major League Baseball, in professional sports, and in life, you have to please your bosses. And for Joe Girardi, his boss technically is Bud Selig, the commissioner of Major League Baseball. He has to please Bud Selig, and he has to make sure that Bud Selig knows that he's doing the best thing for the best interest of the game. And if the game counts, Joe Girardi needs to manage like the game counts. Joe Girardi and every other manager who has the opportunity to manage an all-star game, whether it's Tony La Russa or Charlie Manuel, whatever the case may be, these guys need to manage the game like they're going out there and they're trying to win a game for their own team. And that means keeping the All-Stars in the lineup the entire time. I think that's the biggest fraud with the All-Star game, is that at the end of the game, we're seeing John Bucks and Ty Wigginton. Nobody knows who they are. Joe Girardi needs to manage this game like it counts, because technically it does count. It gives you a very big advantage in the World Series if you win the All-Star game. So if you want to have it count, then Joe Girardi and everybody else needs to manage like it counts, and that's keeping your starters in for a more extended period of time than just the 2 innings.
First off, I take offense to you not knowing Ty Wigginton, coming from the Baltimore area, overweight, undeserving infielder for the Baltimore Orioles. That's number one. But, Bob, how do you weigh having to win the game and pleasing your boss and Bud Selig and the owners, like you said, versus the fan pressure? Because I think the majority vote is we support one player per team with the All-Star game and all the other stupid this time it counts rules. How do you weigh that versus pleasing the nationwide audience who are tuning in just to see their guy get an inning of work?
Well, I think they're sad if they're tuning in just to see their guy get an inning of work. And if you're tuning in to see Joaquin Soria pitch 1 inning in an All-Star game, then you need to get more of a life. I think more fans want to go out there and see the All-Stars play together for a long period of time. I go back to 1941, DiMaggio and Ted Williams. The game goes to the 9th inning. DiMaggio's on first. Ted Williams is up and hits a home run. The All-Stars were still in the game at that point in time. Major League Baseball needs to enforce that these guys play, and then that will take heat off the manager. But until that happens, the manager needs to leave their starters in if they are thinking that they're going to manage this game to win. If they're not going to manage this game to win, then Major League Baseball needs to say, you know what, we're not going to make it count anymore.
I don't know a crazier way to end this than agreeing with Bob Fesco. I got nothing against it.